Hello everyone, welcome to WinRace Academy. This is Vinay. Welcome back to our Cybersecurity Testing Series. In the previous video, we explored web application security testing, learning how to identify and fix vulnerabilities before attackers exploit them. Today, we are diving into advanced penetration testing, a hands-on approach that simulates real-world cyber attacks to expose security weaknesses in systems, applications, and networks. By the end of this video, you will understand what penetration testing is and why it's essential. Learn about the key phases of a penetration test. Discover real-world attack techniques used in penetration testing. Explore the best tools for penetration testing and ethical hacking. Let's begin by understanding what penetration testing is and why organizations need it. Penetration testing, or ethical hacking, is a controlled simulation of a real cyber attack on a system to identify vulnerabilities before a malicious hacker does. Why is penetration testing important? Helps uncover hidden security flaws that automated scanners miss. Simulates actual cyber attacks to assess real-world risks. Identifies business logic vulnerabilities that attackers could exploit. Ensures compliance with security regulations like GDPR, HIPAA, and PCI DSS. Provides organizations with actionable insights to improve security. Unlike vulnerability scanning, which only detects issues, penetration testing actively exploits vulnerabilities to determine the potential impact of a breach. A penetration test follows a structured five-phase approach to ensure a thorough assessment. 1. Reconnaissance, information gathering, gathering intelligence about the target system. 2. Scanning and enumeration, identifying open ports, services, and vulnerabilities. 3. Exploitation, gaining access, attempting to exploit vulnerabilities. 4. Post-exploitation, maintaining access and lateral movement, checking how deep an attacker can go. 5. Reporting and remediation, documenting findings and recommending fixes. Each of these phases plays a crucial role in understanding security weaknesses and securing systems. Let's dive deeper into each step. In this phase, penetration testers collect as much information as possible about the target before launching an attack. Why is reconnaissance important? Attackers gather intelligence on IP addresses, domains, employees, and system architecture. Helps identify potential entry points before launching an attack. Common techniques used in reconnaissance. Google dorking, using advanced search queries to find sensitive data. OAS lookup, identifying domain registration details. Subdomain enumeration, discovering hidden subdomains. Social engineering, gathering information through phishing attacks. How to defend against reconnaissance attacks. Minimize public exposure of sensitive data. Regularly monitor domain information and remove unused subdomains. Train employees to recognize social engineering threats. In this phase, penetration testers actively scan the target system to identify open ports, running services, and vulnerabilities. Key goals of scanning and enumeration. Find open ports that could be exploited. Identify running services and software versions. Detect weak or misconfigured services. Common scanning tools used in penetration testing. Nmap scans for open ports and running services. Nikto identifies web server vulnerabilities. Shodan, a search engine that finds exposed databases and IoT devices. Best defense against enumeration attacks. Close unnecessary ports and disable unused services. Use firewalls and intrusion detection systems. Regularly update and patch systems. Exploitation is the most crucial phase of penetration testing, where testers attempt to break into the system using discovered vulnerabilities. Common exploitation techniques: SQL injection, SQLI, bypasses authentication and extracts database data. Cross-site scripting, XSS, injects malicious scripts into web pages. Buffer overflow attacks, forces applications to crash and execute malicious code. Real world example: a hacker inserts or 1 equals 1 into a login form, tricking the system into logging them in without a password. How to defend against exploitation attacks: patch known vulnerabilities immediately. Implement secure coding practices to prevent SQL injection and XSS. Use web application firewalls, WAFs, to filter malicious traffic. After successfully gaining access, attackers attempt to maintain control and move deeper into the network. Common post-exploitation techniques: privilege escalation, gaining admin level access; lateral movement, spreading across the network to access sensitive data; data exfiltration, extracting sensitive information without detection. Example: attack. An attacker exploits a misconfigured cloud storage bucket and downloads confidential customer data. How to defend against post-exploitation attacks: use endpoint detection and response EDR solutions; enforce least privilege access and disable unnecessary accounts; monitor system logs for suspicious activity. After the penetration test is complete, a detailed report is generated outlining the security risks discovered. What should a penetration testing report include? Summary of findings, a list of identified vulnerabilities, risk assessment, the potential impact of each vulnerability, proof of concept attacks, demonstrations of how vulnerabilities were exploited, remediation steps, recommendations for fixing security weaknesses, best practices for fixing security issues. Prioritize fixing high risk vulnerabilities first. Conduct penetration tests regularly. Use both automated and manual security testing approaches. Chip Top penetration testing tools: Metasploit, exploit framework for ethical hacking; Burp Suite, web security testing tool; Wireshark, packet analysis tool for monitoring network traffic; OWASP Zap, web vulnerability scanner; Kali Linux, a full suite of penetration testing tools. Using these tools helps security professionals identify and fix vulnerabilities before attackers exploit them. Key takeaways: penetration testing simulates real world cyber attacks to uncover weaknesses. The 5 phases of a penetration test help identify, exploit, and remediate vulnerabilities. Common attack techniques include SQL injection, XSS, and privilege escalation. Top security tools like Metasploit, Burp Suite, and OWASP Zap are essential for penetration testing. Next video: security auditing and compliance, ensuring organizations meet cybersecurity standards. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more in our cybersecurity testing series.